Do you feel lost when it comes to figuring out your personal style? This is something that I have gone through several different times, especially given different seasons of my life, as well as just, my age. And when I'm entering a certain time, like right now, I'm going to be entering my 40s, and it causes a lady to just stop and consider her wardrobe, because your wardrobe is kind of a reflection of your life, your lifestyle, and just where you're at mentally. And I have just spent some time recently going through this myself. Not only that, but I also received this question from a viewer. And so I thought it's the perfect time to talk about this. So let's talk about this subject. Jessica said, "Did you ever feel lost when learning your own style? I go through times of wanting to be trendy, but it's so much work and exhausting. I am 32 and honestly want to be comfortable and feminine. I used to love wearing jeans, but do not like them anymore as they feel very uncomfortable. I don't want to wear yoga pants all the time because I don't feel put together in those, and I don't have enough dresses to wear them all the time either." Jessica, thank you so much for writing to me about all of this. And I just want you to know that yes, I have felt lost so many times that I have spent just an embarrassing amount of money on trying to figure out my personal style. And I think a lot of us go through that, especially those of us that it's like we care about the way that we present ourselves. Not everybody cares, and that's evident just when you walk out into public and you look around at most people. Most people these days, I don't feel, really care about such things, or else they wouldn't be wearing their pajamas out in public. They wouldn't be wearing their house slippers, or even, I would say, yoga pants and a messy bun and, all of that good stuff, because they would just put a little bit more effort in. But there is like this catch-22 to that, is that when you really do try to start figuring out your personal style, then it's like you're putting a lot of thought into this, you're putting more money into it that maybe someone who's just, gonna wear whatever out does. And so it's one of those areas that you really do need to consider. You need to consider how much money you're spending in such areas. Do you have the money to do that? So let's start there. Number one, never go into debt over trying to figure out your personal style. I've done this and I am so regretful of that. So if you can stay away from that, by all means do. And probably the most important thing, and something that I hadn't always considered but is of utmost importance, is to consider God when you are considering what you are putting on your body and your personal style, because that really takes the cake in everything. Is it something that would be well pleasing to your Father? So that, those things aside, but of utmost importance, then you want to start thinking about things that you really like, colors that you like, fabrics that you feel most comfortable in. And then when it comes to trends and things that people say are must-haves, and not even the trends, but those things that like every closet should contain, I never liked that, never listened to that. Or I just didn't believe it because it wasn't part of my style. A lot of the things there were certain things within what every wardrobe should contain that maybe I did like, maybe the ballet flats, maybe the trench coats, but not the kind of trench coats that they necessarily showed. I liked more of a flare trench coat, but you get what I'm saying. The striped shirt, the little black dress, like all of these must-haves aren't for every lady's style. So I think that that's where we can kind of feel lost, is listening to too many people who say these kind of things. So what I would say is figure out what your colors are that work well for your skin, your hair, your eye color, and what you feel most comfortable in. Because just because it's part of your, color palette doesn't mean that you will like all of them. There are certain colors I don't like. There are certain things that I absolutely didn't want in my closet. And for instance, the jeans that you don't want in your closet, don't put them in your closet because you don't like them. They're not comfortable to you. And I went through a phase of wearing jeans. I wore jeans for many years. But then I realized I don't like the way that I look in them. I feel that they just did not do me any favors. Me personally. Some people would say that they did, but it doesn't matter because I didn't like it at all. I felt so uncomfortable in them. So that's just because someone says, oh, every wardrobe needs to have this. No, every wardrobe doesn't need to have this. And so when I did away with those, it was like, light bulb, that's not my style, okay? And I don't even have to worry about trying to pair anything with it. So there are a lot of things that I can eliminate there. I eliminated skirts and blouses. You know why? Because I didn't like having to come up with an outfit. I loved the simplicity of a dress, and I also just loved the fact that it automatically made me feel feminine, made me look more feminine, and just made me look and feel pulled together. And I understand when you're not able to achieve just that perfect wardrobe that you want to have right away. That's understandable. And if you aren't able to, get more of the dresses that you would like right now, that's fine. Start saving for them as you can, and search when you can, or just have a goal, for instance. And then with the wardrobe that you do have, set aside the pieces that you absolutely love and feel good in. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a one kind of style, For instance, with all of my dresses, I've had many different styles. Now, right now, going into my 40s, I am feeling like there are ones that I am ready to part with, and I don't want to wear this kind of style anymore because I've had a variety of different styles. So I couldn't say, oh, my only style is just this, classic whatever, because I also had some high lows, which I guess would be more trendy. I still have that. Is it my favorite? No. But I will wear it from time to time. So don't feel so boxed in all the time. It doesn't have to be necessarily one kind of style. So anyway, with that and this transition that I am making, I decided to do away with 80% of my wardrobe. Okay. Now there were a couple of reasons for this. Number one, I had an excess of dresses, and I realized I really have a problem. And this problem was hurting my bank account. It's hurting, different goals that I have in the future. Like, I needed to get control of this. And part of that to me was to kind of make myself uncomfortable and just realize that there was no amount that would make me happy. It's like you always want more of something that you're passionate about, that you love. And I needed to figure out a way to stop this. So I decided I'm getting rid of 80%. That 80% needed to go to people that I know would really appreciate them, because you know why? Knowing that it's going to certain people helps me to eliminate more faster, because that's how it makes me want to do more for someone. Not just saying, oh, well, I'm not wearing this as much, or, we have to figure out for us how we can eliminate things out of our wardrobe. And so for me, there were a lot of things that I did get rid of that I still loved, and that I would have possibly worn, but I had a bigger, more important mission in mind, and it was to give to people that I knew maybe had a lot less than me. And then also I had a friend who she really needed donations for her son. And so this last week I posted a dress drive on my community tab and posted a few dresses on there, a lot of dresses on there, whatever you want to call it. Ones that I didn't give to some young ladies at the congregation I attend. And it was so encouraging to see other ladies purchasing these dresses. Made me want to actually even give more, not just because they were purchasing it, but because I knew that this money was going to help my friend's son who had cancer. And every single thing that I am going to make from those dresses is going to feel so good to give to that. And it made it easier for me to get rid of and to say, oh, I don't need this. Or even ones that I liked, if I posted them and somebody purchased it, it's like I felt even better getting rid of it, you know, even though I still liked it, even though it fit in my style. So we can really do without the majority of what we have. They say we wear 20% of our clothing 80% of the time. So that's like where I got this whole number from of what I was going to get rid of what I had. So anyway, I love color. I love classic styles, but I would also say that our styles evolve over time. And so to be open to that, to be open to saying that, you know, after a while, maybe something doesn't suit you very well, but a lot of the things that I kept, these were items that I've had for a while and that I've reached for over and over and over again. And so those were the things that I wanted to keep within my wardrobe, definitely. And it felt so good. It has felt so good to eliminate a lot of the unnecessary, excessive things that I've had. It has just helped to recenter me and to know that I'm not going to have so much to choose from anymore, and that all of this is going to go to help someone else. And then these other ones, these beautiful young ladies at the congregation I attend, when I see them in these dresses, they just look so beautiful and lovely, and it makes me feel good knowing that this has helped these other ladies, that likely these younger ladies, much younger, that they're in their teens, that they would be able to have something that normally they wouldn't have maybe been able to have. And then there were also some things that I gave some of my daughters. I have 3 daughters. 2 of them can wear the dresses that I have. So that was great too. So anyway, I have eliminated half of the storage that I had. I had purchased 8 bins from IKEA. And I shared this in a past video. And I eliminated 3 of them, gave them to my one of my daughters. And then there was another bin that I'm using for just storage right now of the dresses that I'm selling that are in my Poshmark closet. And by the way, if you would like to see any of these dresses, and just know all of these proceeds are going to my friend's GoFundMe for her son. All of those dresses are in there. And then once those are all sold, that bin is going to another daughter. And they're great bins for under the bed storage. Their stuff looks great in them. It's just, it fits perfectly. And even within the bins that I have left, I will be able to take some of the coats that I have stored in one of my daughter's room. And I think I have maybe a couple of dresses for the fall and winter in there. I will be able to finally put those in there. And then even within the bins that I have right now up there, there's room in them. Whereas before it was like everything was packed in there. So sometimes we just have to take a look at ourselves too about those things that we purchase over and over again, and where we end up feeling as if we have this unquenchable thirst for it. We need to think about that. And is that necessary? And does it make us any happier? I wasn't any happier for it. I feel so much happier now though. Does that mean I'm never going to buy a dress again? No. And actually, when it comes to fall dresses and winter dresses, I know that I will need to fill in some holes because I don't have ones that will keep me warm the entire time. Like, I think I have 3 or 4 sweater dresses, but I've also, in that time, I will rotate them, and they've gotten a lot of wear because of that. I can also wear some of the dresses that I have that aren't sweater dresses too, just because we have very mild falls and winters. But I am still, open to adding to them. That way I can be warmer in that time. I don't want to suffer, but anyway, I'm not saying I'm never going to purchase them again, but right now I'm at a standstill. I don't want that to be where my money goes right now. And I have other things I'm really trying to focus on. So, and I also wanted to show you, I have these dresses right here, these darker ones that I had in my wardrobe last week. But I like simplicity within my wardrobe. So I am still all about color stories, but I just don't have as many to choose from anymore. And that brings me peace. And it feels like a really big load lifted. It really does to have done this. So 2 things here, just figuring out where we can end up spending an excess amount of money. And especially when you do find your style, that can be an issue, is that then you end up going overboard with it. Now, the other thing is feeling like you're getting this information or trying to find your style so badly that you're seeking help from these experts, so to speak, and saying that your wardrobe must have certain things. That can be dangerous too, because it really may not be your style. So I hope that this helps. It can take time to figure out your style, but just pay attention to what kind of things you lean toward. Prints or not. Do you tire of those? Colors that suit you, colors that make you happy. And also just the different cuts. When it comes to dresses, for instance, when you're shopping, make sure, especially in the season of life that you're in, is it something that would be conducive to what kind of things you have going on? If you have young children, you need to bend over, you need to do this, you need all the different activities that you have going on within your day. Make sure that the lengths are long enough for you. Make sure that you have protection, whether that be petty pants, slips, leggings, shorts, whatever it is that you need underneath. And then, figuring out different things that you can use over and over again and not tire of. That would be something that I would really pay attention to. So I hope that you found this helpful. And if you are one of those ladies who purchased from my Poshmark closet, you saw my post, please know that it really means so much to me. And I look forward to, donating all of that money to my friend's GoFundMe for her son. And I think that they will benefit so greatly from that. If you want to read her son's story, I have that linked in my Patreon channel. You can go click on the link. It will say read more. You have to click the read more to see his story. And just know that all of that has gone for a great cause, and it feels good. It feels good to do something like that. So thank you so much for being here. And if you have anything to add to this conversation, I hope you will. And I will see you in my next video.